Hattiloo Theater presents Live from the Audience, where once a month we share what's going on in the Black theater world, along with conversations and words of wisdom from some of the leading Black theater professionals from Memphis, Tennessee, and across the nation. On this episode of Live from the Audience, we are talking with resident director Chuck Smith from the Goodman Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Now let's get into some Black theater news. True Colors Theater in Atlanta, Georgia presents That Serious He-Man Ball, written by Alonzo Lamont Jr. and directed by Eric Little, September 19th through October 15th. The Encore Theater Company in Danvers, Tennessee presents Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, directed by Monique Worrell, September 22nd through October 1st. The Black Ensemble Theater in Chicago, Illinois presents A Taste of Soul, written and directed by Daryl D. Brooks, September the 3rd through October 15th. Hattiloo Theater presents A Raisin in the Sun, written by Lorraine Hansberry and directed by Lawrence Blackwell, August the 25th through September the 24th. Hattiloo Theater also presents Father Comes Home from the Wars, Parts 1, 2, and 3, written by Susan Laurie Parks and directed by Gary Yates, September 29th through October the 22nd. To find out more information about Hattiloo Theater or to purchase tickets, visit www.hattilootheater.org. Grab your notepads and your pencil because our interview with Chuck Smith from the Goodman Theater starts now. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this month's episode of Live from the Audience. My name is Tamisha Edwards, and it is so great to be here with you today. Today we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chuck Smith. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for the intro. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's such an honor, to have you here with us today. Can you give our audience just a little bit of a taste of a background about yourself?
Oh, wow. Let's just say I've been in theater for over 50 years. The last 30 of those years have been at the Goodman Theater. I've spent most of my career here in the city of Chicago, and I've done, just try to move the game forward as best as I can for Black writers and Black artists, and that's pretty much it. Just working. That's all I can say. I work steadily, and working steadily keeps people working, keep other people working. So that's my legacy, I guess.
That's an amazing legacy. That is. Oof. All right, so let's hop into our questions. So our first question for you is, can you share with us how you discovered theater? So did theater find you? Did you find it? Was there some kind of magical cute, little meet cute that happened between you and theater? How did y'all find each other?
Yeah, well, I would have to say it was magical because theater was not on my radar screen anywhere in my lifetime up until the time I got into it. I was serving on my second tour or my second enlistment in the Marine Corps, and getting ready to sign up for a third enlistment when I was stationed in Japan, and I got homesick. And so the short story is I came home working for the post office at the time, delivering mail. And then one day I decided, well, it's time for me to go. I've got this homesickness out of me, everything. I'm ready to go back in the Marine Corps. And I stumbled into two guys who were part of a community theater group. And we were talking and having we were just having a good time in a lounge. And they was telling me about a play that they needed an actor for, because they were in tech, and they really needed a guy who was my size, because I could fit the costumes of the guy who dropped out. Well, after a lot of conversation, I finally agreed to do it. And to make a long story short, I walked into a theater and I never walked out. So that's basically, I mean, it's a lot more to it, but those are the basics of how I got into theater. Yeah.
I feel like that's what theater does. It's a bug. It bites you and just kind of burrows into your soul and your passion, and you just
there it is.
There it is. There it is. Once in the theater, always in the theater. So for our next question, can you tell us about your experience working with the Goodman Theater and what you enjoy most about it? What keeps
as you know, like as I was saying before, the whole idea of, I've been with the Goodman for 30 years. It's been a blast from start to finish, because again, I've always been able to pick most of my projects, like 95% of the shows that I've done at the Goodman are shows that I wanted to do. And the other 5% are shows that they asked me to do, which I thoroughly enjoy doing. So there's never been any apprehension or anything that was negative about any show that I've done at the Goodman. Everything has been a good, well-rounded experience. All have included African-American artists, and putting African-American artists together in projects and watching them grow and flourish and do their thing has always been a wonderful and most pleasurable experience. I have the title now of resident director, which I've had for the last 20 years. It's always been a beautiful experience. And again, the idea that I've been able to further the career of many African-American artists has been most wonderful and joyous to me. So that's basically my Goodman experience. It's all been beautiful.
That's wonderful. I love that. I think it's very rare that artists can say that the place where they work and all the projects they've done have all been wonderful and beautiful. And I love that. And so is there a particular project that kind of holds a special place in your heart?
Well, there's more than one, there's no way in all the shows I've done that I can say, well, this is the one.
Well, in that case, is there a show that a project that you want to do, like a project that you're like, you're
not really, but I'll tell you about some of the ones that I've done that I really love and remember. The very first time I did an August Wilson play at the Goodman was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom in 1997. What really made that show very special was because August Wilson worked with me on the show. I actually got a chance to work directly with August Wilson on my production of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. The Goodman was the very first theater to do all 10 plays of the August Wilson cycle. Now, in that very first group of 10 plays of the Goodman production of the August Wilson cycle, I only directed one, and that was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. August Wilson came in for the previews. He was there when we did our first preview show. And fortunately, the Goodman has a nice long preview period. We do 2 weekends of previews and shows in that week. So we have like pretty close to 10 previews. So August was here working with me directly on polishing up Ma Rainey's Black Bottom during that whole period. And I like to say that I had August Wilson all to myself that week and a half of working on Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And when the show opened, he gave me this lovely note saying that thank you for the beautiful production of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I haven't seen any better. Now, that from August Wilson is, yeah, it's heartwarming. I'm sure there've been
Right.
yeah, I'm sure there's been many other better productions of Ma Rainey, but I don't care. I've
Nope.
got that.
You got the stamp.
I
And the
got
letter
my
to
own,
prove it.
I got my own stamp. Yeah.
You got the letter of authenticity. We love it.
Now, another memorable show that I did at the Goodman was Goodman did 2 world premieres of August Wilson's works. We did the premiere of Seven Guitars in 1995, and we did the premiere of Gem of the Ocean in 2003. In that production, I didn't direct that. That was Mary McClinton who directed it, but I was the dramaturg. Quiet as kept, August Wilson does not need a dramaturg. Well, fortunately, some of the actors did use they needed a lot of research done, so I did most of the research for them. And there was one area in the show that I didn't feel was, and I just found this out recently. There was an area in the play that I kept bugging August Wilson about. I said, what are you going to, the City of Bones. I was fascinated with the City of Bones. And all I could do I kept bugging August. I said, what are you going to do with the City of Bones? What are you going to do with the City of Bones? And every time I saw him, or almost every day, I was on him about the City of Bones. And I came to find out just recently from a young man by the name of Todd Kreidler, who was his personal dramaturg. So he had his own personal dramaturg. He didn't need me. But in any case, I was on a panel discussion with Todd Kreidler recently. And Todd was saying, when Gem of the Ocean was being written, the City of Bones was just, when they were getting ready to go on the journey, bang, 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 there's going to be a knock on the door, then, and that was it. Well, come to find out, August told Todd, says, this guy, Chuck, he keeps bugging me about the City of Bones. He keeps bugging me about the City of Bones. I think I'm going to have to, maybe I should expand it. And so I think I have something to do with the City of Bones being written as it is now, because it wasn't going to be, but I kept bugging him about the City of Bones, and Todd probably said that's what it was. You kept bugging him, and then he got unnerved and wrote and filled that whole scene out. And so I had something to do with the City of Bones. So that's something else that I'm very, very, very thrilled about.
Well, I will definitely say thank you for bugging him, because
yes,
if it were not for you, I would not have had the opportunity to choreograph the City.
Yeah.
I did Gem of the Ocean. So thank you personally for letting me be able to choreograph August Wilson. So with bridging the gap and being there at some very pivotal moments in Black theater history, what are your aspirations, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes for the future of Black theater?
Well, I think when I got into Black theater, actually what we know and experience as Black theater was in the early 70s. Black theater didn't have much of an identity in those days. Well, since then and to now, we all know Black theater is here, and we know Black theater is here to stay. If there's going to be theater, Black, there's African American, the African American voice is going to be a part of it in the American theater scene. And all I want is for that to continue. I don't think we could ask for much more than that. We are a part, as citizens of this country, we are part of this country. Our history is embedded in this country. And so our stories have to be told. And I think now no one is surprised when they see a Black play on Broadway. It's not like, oh, wow, Black play on Broadway, let's go. We all got to go see that. No, it's there. It's going to be there. All we have to do is support it, as a people. And I think that's going to continue. I have no doubt about that. And so I think in our generation, this current generation has made that happen. And I think we can smile about that. Those are my aspirations. Just that as long as it does nothing, it doesn't stop. It just continues to grow.
Never stop.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Live from the Audience. I know for myself, this has been a magical experience.
Oh.
It's been so wonderful talking with you on behalf of our founder, Ekundayo Bendelli, and all of the wonderful people who work here at Hattiloo. I want to thank you for joining us today. And so if is there anything else you want to share with our audience, or how they can learn more about the Goodman Theater, or any projects that you have coming up?
Oh, yeah, I've got a host of shows that's coming up, but I will be doing Joe Turner's Come and Gone at the Goodman in the spring of 2024. So if anybody's in Chicago around that time, April, it opens April 22nd. If anybody's in town around that time, please stop in at the Goodman and check it out. Other things I'll be doing, I'll also be working in Houston with the Ensemble Theater. I'll be doing a show there. I'll be doing a show with the West Coast Black Theater Troupe in Sarasota, Florida. I'll be doing a show with Ohio State University coming up. So yeah, I got a really great season coming up. So all's well. But if you're in Chicago, by all means, come visit us at the Goodman Theater. If anybody wants to see what we're doing, it's goodmantheater.org, and you can figure out what's going on. We got our hit show now is a revamp of the Who's Tommy, which is sold out after 2 extensions. It's finally we're gonna close it on the 6th of August, and I think we'll be seeing it on Broadway. So all good stuff.
All great stuff. We love it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And so yeah, we're gonna say goodbye to our audience. Thank you, everybody.
Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching Live from the Audience, presented by Hattiloo Theater. To learn more about Hattiloo, its mission, ticket purchases, or how to get involved, visit www.hattiloo.org. Don't forget to like, share, and comment